Warning, the Retro Rogues live show is intended for an adult audience and not intended for children under the age of 13. Parental discretion is advised. We may curse to reinforce this concept, although normally we really don't. But it's not intended to be a show for children under the age of 13. This is a show for adults. We're going to talk about serious adult things. Maybe not. We'll see how that goes. I want to welcome back my co-host. This is Eric Alexander. I didn't even introduce myself, but I'll get back to that. Eric, please introduce yourself and tell the folks either watching or listening at home some of the fun things you've done as a creative professional.
Yes, hello, everyone. I am Eric Alexander, also known as Bassgod 14, Bassgod 14. That's not Bassgod 14. That is Bassgod 14. And I am the co-host of this show. I am also the chief financial officer of Bassgod Productions, which is a small production company in Arizona. And I am the associate producer of the feature film Occupants, which features Star Trek Voyager actor Robert Picardo and is currently streaming for free on Tubi.
Alrighty, so I am typing a post and trying to talk at the same time. All right, I'll stop. So my name is Dave Beatty. I am one of your co-hosts. I've been a professional illustrator and graphic designer for nearly 30 years. Worked on a lot of fun things some people have heard of, such things as Justice League of America, Batman Incorporated, Grifter, and I'm going to mention Brightest Day because we do have something that we're doing on tonight's show. I hope there are people watching. All right, so let me turn my cam on. Let me apologize in advance. I get held up at work, so I didn't get a chance to shave before coming on the show tonight. So apologize for that. We've got a couple things we want to talk about. First off, in tonight's episode, we are again doing an art drawing. So basically, this is an original sketch card. This is from the Cryptozoic set, Superman the Legend. This card will be there'll be a drawing. If you want to be entered into the drawing to win this card on tonight's show, what we want you to do is watch the show and comment. So please come on the show. Please comment. It doesn't matter which segment you want to comment on. Within reason. Bear in mind people will see what you comment, so don't comment anything obscene necessarily. But anyhow, this is the card, the sketch card. This is original art. On this card, this is not a print. This is original art. This is of Superman for Superman Legend. We'll be doing that on tonight's show. We do have another contest as well. Eric, if you don't mind sharing my screen. Okay, so this is the new blog interface on my website over at davebeatty.com. It's DAVEBEATY.com. We have a Retro Rogues Live 2020 survey. It is the top post here on my website. If you enter davebeatty.com and you go there, you will see this here. If you click on it, oh, I'm on the wrong screen. Sorry, everybody. So if you click on it, it will bring up the survey. We give you a little, see what it looks like here. So if you get on here, the type form will load. This is actually the first question from the survey. It says, what is your gender? You have 4 options here: male, female, non-binary, a strange visitor from another planet. Now, there are 7 questions on this survey. What it's going to do is help us determine what we're doing with some of the content for the show. But in addition to that, there's some other things I'm wanting to do as a part of the show, which I'm going to show you here in just a second. But it's 7 questions. It won't take more than a minute and a half, not even 2 minutes to complete. I did it in about 45 seconds the other night. So we want to encourage everyone to go and do the survey that is on the davebeatty.com website. And you're thinking, well, what's in it for me? What's in it for me taking my time and doing this survey? Well, there's a lot of interesting things in it for you. I want to show you this. Everyone who enters the survey, one of the questions is if you want to be a part of our email newsletter. Well, if you complete the survey and you give us your email address so you can be a part of our email newsletter, this is actually what you'll be entered into a drawing to win. This is from Brightest Day. This is Deathstorm. This is actually sample inks I did of one of the covers for Brightest Day. But this is actual ink on board. It's not a digital. A lot of people know me mostly for doing digital stuff, but this is actually a traditionally inked page. And this is original art. So we're hoping to get maybe 50 to 100 people to participate in our survey. If you participate in our survey, you're entered into a drawing to win this original piece of art right here. So you can see right here. All right, so this is what is basically you have the chance to win if you participate in the survey. Now you're saying, well, what are you using the survey for besides hopefully to improve the show? Well, beyond improving the show, one of the things I'm wanting to do, and Eric and I have been talking about it, is maybe create a digital publication. So I'm going to use the information actually from this survey to help me figure out how to develop and what kind of things we want to put into this possible new publication. So I want to show here. Everyone bear with me. I've got too much going on here right now. All right, so I'm going to minimize this. So this is an example of what I'm kind of thinking I think it would be fun to do. So I've been updating my digital portfolio, and I've become enamored with the idea of creating a digital magazine type publication that's just for you, our viewers, and our email newsletter subscribers. So you'll be sent a link. Don't try to read this story because it's nonsense text. It's just an example of a layout. But this is kind of a sample of what I'm wanting to do. I'm wanting to create actually a digital magazine for the Retro Rogue show. And we're going to have all kinds of fun stories and different things. Like, for example, this is a wine for the next generation. You'll have to determine if this story would actually be about the fictional wine from the show, the actual real wine that they're selling that you could buy, or if this show is just something for the next generation to whine about. You're going to have to determine that for yourself. And this is not the only one. I've got several samples here I want to show so you get a sense for what this digital publication would hopefully look like. This is History of the Batmobile. I thought this would be kind of a fun thing to do. So, and when you take this survey, you'll better understand, because the survey has in there, what's your favorite part of the show? And as you answer those questions, it's going to help me determine kind of like the main features for this digital publication. So this is another example of the kind of quality of the layout of the publication I'd put together for our show. And then we'll do one more. All right. So everybody knows I've been obsessed with Funko Pops lately. So again, this is just an example. Don't try to read the story. It's nonsense. There's nothing there to read yet. But I want you to see the kind of quality of the digital publication I'm thinking about creating for you, our dear viewer, our dear listener. If you participate in our survey, the information that you supply will help me, as well as talking with Eric, to determine what we're going to put into this Retro Rogues publication. Whether it's, comes out quarterly. I don't think it'll be twice a year. It'll probably be quarterly at best. But it's going to be a really nice digital publication covering, again, the things that you're interested in based off the answers to your question of the survey. And it will help to support what we're doing here with the show, as well as hopefully support other independent artists, because we'll be able to do little feature stories on them, as well as projects that we're doing, as well as other independent projects that we want to highlight in this digital publication. So please take part in the survey. Please answer the questions. It's going to help us to determine what to do with this digital publication. So yeah, there's that. Lot going on in this particular show. So again, please go to my website. Please take part in the survey. Again, if you take part in that survey, you're going to be entered into a contest to win that piece of original art. I'll do this again a little bit later in the show to remind people what we're doing, because I really want people to do the survey, and I really want people to comment during the show. All right, so enough about all this, my personal stuff I wanted to get out of the way, all these fun things we're hoping to do here on the show. Eric, do you have anything that you want to talk about here just right off the top before we get into our main topics? Or
Well, I just want to emphasize that I'm pretty excited about these things that you've been working on, and give credit where credit is due. These ideas have been coming from Dave, and they're great ideas. So I'm looking forward to the digital magazine. I think the survey will be fun. Give us some good information. We would, obviously we need a means to be able to reach out to our audience and grow our audience. So I'm really excited about these additions to the program. I think there's going to be a lot of potential to help the program grow and make us better ultimately. So I'm real excited about it.
Yeah, well, cool. Well, I appreciate the kudos, and like I said, please, those of you watching or listening, please take part in the survey. Please help us, improve the show, create new fun things for you to enjoy. This digital publication is not going to cost you anything. You're going to get it free in your email. You're just going to be able to read it and check it out and enjoy it, hopefully. So I hope that everyone will see the benefit in that, and they'll think it's kind of fun. I miss things like Wizard Magazine. I miss things like Starlog. My hope is that this quarterly magazine publication will maybe be somewhere in between the two. A little bit of Starlog, a little bit of Wizard Magazine.
I love Starlog growing up.
I miss it. And, I think it's
I can reach out to different people to contribute, from time to time. I think it could be a fun thing to do. So, yeah. So enough about that.